He's a true custom cabinet shop. He handles everything from start to finish. He assists with the design aspect. He assists with problem solving. He helps us figure out, in terms of cabinets, what will work, what won't work from a functionality perspective, and just getting the best layout for the client specifically. For us, it's actually a no-brainer to use Dave. Price point's good, communication's solid, the design aspect is phenomenal, and the deliverables are excellent.
I think the team's incredibly professional. They've always been. Their deliverables are great. Communication's always been really like spot on. I mean, they're usually communicating with me before I'm even ready for the communication, so they're kind of ahead of the curve on that.
Dave really, in my opinion, PCW as a company and Dave, they obsess over the details, and the details are what people are paying for, and those matter.
Dave and the team, they truly care about what they're providing. Having a high standard like we do for our projects, we put a requirement on them at times or a demand on them, and they always rise to it. There's been a lot of times where we're asking for a product where Dave's even said to me like, hey, we don't actually make that. And he turns around and finds a way to get it done and produces it for us, and it's grade A along with everything else that he's done.
Cabinets are not usually the first thing to go in, and they're definitely not the last thing to go in, right? There's always trades before them, and there's definitely trades after them. From a scheduling perspective, we have to be able to lace them in perfectly so that the job doesn't see delays. Now, that's a testament to us as a company, but also how we work with Dave and PCW as a team, is we build our schedules around them. And there's been no time that I can think of that this has ever been a problem. They give us a time frame and an allotted amount of time that they're going to do the job, and they execute.
They show up.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that I would give as an example in this is, as Dave was actually moving his shop, we had a substantial project that we had on the line with them at the time. I remember complimenting him later at the end of the project and telling him, like, we didn't even feel it that you moved. Yeah. They transitioned an entire shop from one facility to another.
Yeah.
And in that entire span of time, the project timeline, never noticed it once, which to me is a complete testament to their ability to stay on time.
PCW as a company is great, right? It's a husband and wife that run the company, and they're just amazing people to work for. You know, we work with them quite a bit. In fact, every chance that I can get to do cabinets, right? I understand that not everybody's our client and not everybody is their client, right? But the clients that have the ability to use both of us, it ends up going phenomenally, right? The expectations are blown through the roof. There's also quite a bit of flexibility that has to happen in construction, right? All it takes is one trade to delay and derail an entire project from the quoted time frame. Dave's ability to pivot, correct, make things happen allows us to kind of maintain or catch back up on some of that time frame that allows the overall project scope to not feel it. From a partnership perspective, that's all you can ask for, right? As the GC, knowing that there's a finite amount of things that you can control, and most of the time you're pivoting and trying to make it all work and fit people in like puzzle pieces. Dave is really good at helping us fit his puzzle piece into the whole overall project.
I think one of the things that stands out to me the most about PCW's product is the quality. They are a product that I actually feel really comfortable with offering to our clients. A lot of our clients are very particular about what they're putting in their home, and I have no question about sending them to the warehouse, to the showroom, so that they can see the product being made and go through the design process with their team. And what's going to get put in their home is to the standard that I want to see from my clients. A really distinguishing factor about Dave and their company is a lot of cabinet companies locally are actually sourcing their cabinets out of town and they're bringing them in, or they're giving you what we would call like an RTA cabinet. They're bringing it in and then they're selling it to you as a custom cabinet. PCW is actually providing a truly homemade custom product that's made here in town. So when we're dealing with particular installs or a very unique install, we're not having to wait 3 to 4 weeks to see a part get shipped back in from across the country or from out of the country to get that product installed. Dave's able to turn it around within a week or so that we can get that product installed in a timely manner.
Durability in construction is huge, right? So when you're building products and you're building people's homes, you want them to last. A lot of contractors, or a lot of cabinet shops specifically, will cut corners on the quality of the material themselves, right? They'll use particle board, MDF, and then veneer it. The problem with those types of materials is they don't have a good lasting shelf life. And all it takes is somebody to misuse it accidentally, or use it in a different way than it was intended to be used, and then it breaks, and then you have a warranty issue or something. The way that Dave builds his cabinets and the way that PCW overall, the shop is arranged, is phenomenal, because they build them for all multi-use. They won't build a closet for somebody who's 5 foot tall. They're not going to put 7 foot tall rails up top, and knowing that they're going to have to step on a cabinet box to get up to it, and that cabinet box has to last, right? They think about those types of details, and they build it to last, and they build it for the fact that, like, hey, somebody might do this. We should probably up our build quality in this particular part, because this might happen, and this is going to cause a warranty issue, or it might break, or it might cause, you know, the homeowner some distress, or it could even injure them, right? So when Dave builds a product, he's thinking about not just how they're going to use it, but how they possibly might use a certain different feature in the future. And then he takes a look, when it comes to the design aspect, he takes a look at the client as a whole, the home as a whole, and he builds the cabinet to them and what they want, and how they're going to use the space, and how they're going to use whether it's a kitchen cabinet, a bar cabinet, a hutch, or a closet system. They're always taking a look at the full picture, and they're not just a standard cabinet company where they're just gonna, you know, measure this wall and then put cabinets there. They think about the whole picture, and then they really take that into consideration during the build process. And I truly think that's one of their defining factors.